Your sugar, me timbers, me hearties. Welcome to another edition of the Friday 13th YouTube channel. Today we've got a fantastic album review for you by a melodic power metal band called Skull Crossbones. The album's called Time and it's released on Massacre Records. Now this album's going to be released on the 14th of November. Now this five-piece band were originally formed in Germany back in 2019. And with some successful demos, it wasn't long before the band's debut album was released. This was in 2023. Like I said, the album's called Time. If you've got it, check it out. Now, this five-piece band were originally formed back in 2019. The band's debut album was released in 2023. And this album's called Sungazer. If you've not heard it, check it out. And this album was also released on Massacre Records. So with a name like Skull Crossbones, you can expect this band to be pirate metal, as they are. They also have elements of power metal, and also a little bit of folk music in there as well. I guess you could say the pioneers or godfathers of pirate metal would be Running Wild, and some of the music does show in this band's music. Other bands that spring to mind when I listen to this band is also a band called Zadjager, who later changed the name to Velvet Viper. Now, this music is very, very powerful. As you can imagine, they're very dramatic. Having listened to the band's debut album, Sungazer, there are elements of Running Wild. I also hear elements of Judas Priest, and also elements of Halloween. And as a five-piece, they're really good musicians. Now, this new album, Time, is a fantastic album. It's certainly got improvements since the band's debut album, Sungazer. And as a five-piece, they're writing some really good music. So I'm going to tell you now who's in the band before we talk about the songs and the production on this new album. So we'd have on vocals Tobias, Hübner. On guitars, we'd have Volker, Schmietow on guitars. Also on guitars, we'll have Tobias Kipp. On bass guitar, we'll have Jürgen, Wannenwetsch, and on drums, Bernd, Heining. So that would be the lineup for the new album. So this new album comes with 10 tracks, and I'm going to tell you what the song titles are for this new album. We'd open up with Echoes of Eternity, Labyrinth of Time, Time Thief, The Illusionist, The Price, Thunderstorm, Passing Hours, Eye of Wisdom, Nocturnal Dreams, and the last song is called The Ocean's Call. So let's talk about the first song on the album. It's called Echoes of Eternity. This is a great opening song, folks. It kind of comes across between the band Accept and also Halloween. I guess you could say his vocals are very similar in places to Kai Hansen. Now, another band that springs to mind when listening to this song is an old German band called Angel Dust. This is a great opening song, folks, with some great vocals and some great guitar playing. And it takes me back to the good old 80s. Next is a song called Labyrinth of Time. This is one of my favourite songs on the album, folks. And this song reminds me of a band called Headstone Epitaph. Now, these guys from Germany released two albums back in the 80s, early 90s on Noise International. If you've not heard the band Headstone Epitaph, check them out. They're a great band. It's got a really good vibe to this song. And at times, little hints of Riot come through on this song. I think this song is very well structured and probably shows Tobias's strongest vocals on the album. Next song is Time Thief. This is another great song, as elements of the band Riot and also Headstone Epitaph. And this new album cover, as you can see behind me, is a fantastic album cover. Kind of reminds me of a band called House of Spirit, who did an album with an artwork similar to this. Now, this song also has elements of Gravedigger. If you're a fan of Gravedigger, you're also going to enjoy this song. There are, like I said, elements of Running Wild in there, hence the name Skull Crossbones. The next song is The Illusionist. This reminds me of a German band called Mob Rules. Now, Mob Rules have been around for some time, and most of you out there probably got their albums. So if you're a fan of Klaus's vocals from the band Mob Rules, you're going to enjoy this song and the old album. This song is definitely a must for fans of Mob Rules. Next up is the song The Price. This is a great song. This song has elements of Saxon in places, and this is a great melodic power metal album. The song also has elements of Riot and a hint of Halloween. This whole album is a really well put together album. Certainly better than the band's debut album, Sungaze, which was a great debut, but this is much stronger album. So other songs I think you should check out on this new album would be Eye of Wisdom and the song The Ocean's Call. Like I said, if you are a fan of the bands I've already mentioned, this is a fantastic album. Melodic power metal with pirate elements. So go and check out Skull Crossbones. The album's called Time, and it's just been released on the 14th of November on Massacre Records. I'm going to give this album 4 out of 5. Great album, great follow-up to the band's debut. Check it out, and also check out the link below for a song from the new album. Thanks for watching.